Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your monthly reading for January of 2020. Let's get into your reading. Okay, what's going on for Gemini this month? 2021. It's like not the first time I've done that today. God bless. What's going on for Gemini this month? My goodness. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Okay. Okay. Do you know that one song? This is an obscure one, but it's like by Abby Otsia. It's like the lyrics go, "Keep your secrets from me, boy. When you're running, you're running." It's called Running. Check it out. I think you might vibe with it this month. So the energy for your reading is the Tower reversed. Yes, this is so one card that we always want to be seeing in the reverse, because it means usually that the period to rebuild has begun. In your current moment, you're showing up as the Star reversed, so you might be struggling a little bit with like having some faith in yourself. That's really being supported because your higher self is really like in the driver's seat. You have the Lovers as your conscious goal. You're really like in your authentic self. You want to be showing up as yourself too, which is a really, really big thing. Seeing that also in the recent past, there was like a lot of tension, a lot of struggling, maybe like having to defend your high ground to external parties in some way, and just feeling like really exhausted, So in the immediate future, what I do see happening is like maybe a little bit of a burnout where you do actually, your body tells you maybe what you didn't want to hear and you have to go to bed for a little bit. Other broad strokes that I'm seeing happening here is, there's a really, really good intuition about which opportunities to take and which to avoid for you right now. Again, this could be coming from like having a tower moment, which destroyed something which was supposed to be there, wasn't supposed to be there, but we're not sure yet. We're going to go back in and clarify. You're really hoping for like an end to codependency is what I'm seeing here. I am kind of seeing this result for you right now as knowing sort of when to speak and knowing when to maintain your silence and just kind of like observe, reflect, get answers, and maybe like find uses for old things coming into the future. So let's go in and clarify these cards a little bit. What is this Tower all about for Gemini for January 2021? Okay, so we've got the 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles. My goodness, that is quite something. And then the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So like some cycle really just like finalized. 333 really, really came to an end. And it happened on an emotional level. It happened on a mental level. It happened in such a way where it was like there's no going back from that. It's so final and you're so clear on it. That there really was, even if you could go back, you probably wouldn't. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from it. And the 8 of Pentacles is telling me that, it's showing up as something that maybe you put a lot of work into. It may have been an actual work situation. It could have been an earth sign that you were dealing with, so a Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus, but it's just kind of showing up as like, all that work kind of for nothing. It's a Tower showing up. It's kind of how it's showing up. So that's really, this is kind of feeling like you're starting to learn from that and step into more of a victory lap season, which is good. And I really like that for you. Let's go to your past here with the 7 of Wands in the reverse. What's going on here for Gemini? Okay. Doesn't get more clear than that. So Strength in the reverse, 7 of Swords, and the Hanged One in the reverse. Okay, this energy is like, it could be a couple of things. First of all, it is quite deceptive. I feel like there was a part of you where your intuition was like really trying to heal some self-deception things. It could be your relationship to your body in some way, or the way that you like present. But I'm really seeing like this energy is feeling a lot like you were kind of battling it out with yourself for a really long time, just really trying to figure out like what can I salvage from this? You know, what this could be like one of those times where it's like you don't really always want to believe that everything that is crumbling needs to crumble, and you just kind of want to save what you can and like pick up the pieces. But there's a lot of like detachment that you were sort of practicing within that, and sort of just needing to get to a point where you were like, okay, well, I'm going to choose to be at peace 555 with whatever happens, because I'm really tired of carrying this stuff, basically. So that's really interesting. Let's go to the star in your current energy. Okay. The Fool, the Hermit reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. Nice. So here you are, coming out of isolation in some way, showing the world what it is that you have inside of you, really just beginning something new. I do see like the main struggle or the main roadblock that you're kind of coming up against right now is a tendency to maybe not want to like dial in or tune into the emotional side of it so much. With the King of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody who likes to kind of be a little bit more detached from their emotions. This is somebody who really is maybe a little bit distrustful of their hearts. And again, with the star reverse, this could be just like having a little bit of difficulty having faith in yourself. But I do see you kind of like shedding that cloak and stepping into a new cycle with this Fool reverse. Or sorry, the Fool is upright. So that's very cool. I really want to know what's going on in your challenge here with this Two of Pentacles. I think I know, but I'm not always right. So let's figure out what this Two of Pentacles is about. Okay, Queen of Cups reversed, the Sun, and the Four of Cups reversed. Okay, so this could be, this is like remnants of the explosion, you know, the calm after the storm. It's like there's been so much destruction and so much that you've been battling and like kind of like doing the energy work of like carving out space. This is like kind of the opposite of the law of attraction. This is like when something inside of your mind is very stubborn and it's like very weedy, and you have to like really get in there with the shears and be like, no, I'm not an idiot, and I don't need to be talking to myself that meanly, and I need to be a little bit more compassionate. Like these are the things, like the struggle for you right now is kind of like letting yourself really just be happy within that space, but also like kind of it's a challenging balancing act that you're doing right now, because it's like on one hand it's like you really do want to be taking your emotions seriously, but on the other hand you don't want to be like wallowing in a pity party. So like I kind of am just seeing you straddling that line of like, okay, how do I be both honest and kind to myself? This is great. And also, for the record, like now it makes a lot of sense why you would be struggling with a little bit of self-belief if you're like, I don't really know how to like manage my internal world right now. So like just be easy on yourself. You're doing some stuff. You're doing some stuff. Let's go to your hidden energies here with this Knight of Wands. Okay, I've got the High Priestess reversed, showing up for you again. Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Swords reversed. There's miscommunications everywhere for you right now. I would be very, very cautious before you believe anything people are trying to tell you or sell you. I'm feeling like there's just some sort of like fundamental incompatibilities in terms of like how maybe you are communicating your lived experience or how you create meaning from your experiences with the other people in your life in any given situation. So there's just like a little bit of a things are just a bit off kilter in terms of like the communication realm, which makes it very difficult to do this sort of like, okay, let's take it to the next step. We've got everything on the board, so now we move forward. No, you don't, there's nothing on the board because nobody knows even where the board is at this point, if that kind of makes sense. So let's go ahead into the future energies with this Nine of Swords. That's a lot of cards. Let's do this. Okay, so Nine of Swords again, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed again. Okay, so we're going to clarify that next. Opportunity just gone, something like that. Again, this really feels like there was something very final, a very final ending. This is feeling hopeful to me, which isn't, I mean, you look at this card and it's not like, oh, I feel hope. No, but I am. And this feels like a fucking sigh of relief. This feels like the end of something that was never meant to be. And I feel like it was pretty depleting on your energy, actually. I feel like this is, you know what this is getting to that point where, you know, sometimes no matter how much you try to communicate or how much personal work you do on yourselves, there are some people who just are not on the same wavelength as you and they will not understand you. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. I'm just kind of seeing that you're in this place where you're like really getting that. And it feels, you know, there's a lot of pain. You know, let's not sugarcoat this shit. Like there's a lot of pain that is coming in for you. But it is feeling like so good because it's taking away something from your life that was never supposed to be there. And that was causing the pain in the first place. So that's not a bad thing. Painful, but not bad. Let's go to this Ace of Pentacles in your strengths. I want to know if this was you so consciously choosing to do this or if this was an external situation. Ace of Wands, King of Cups reversed, and the Three of Swords reversed. Nice. You were like, I'm tired of being in pain. I'm doing something new. That's all it was. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So like the progression of events for you right now is like, this is the way it's supposed to be. What else can I possibly say about these energies? Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's literally like, it kind of is showing up like you looking at your life and being like, okay, if I'm being emotionally manipulated in this way, why do I keep doing that? And I don't know if it's going to be worth it to try and do it a different way, but I'm going to try because I'm tired of being in pain. This is great. This is great for you, Gemini. This is really awesome. Awesome energy. Let's go to your hopes and fears with this Two of Cups and see what it's doing here. Okay, King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this could be, I don't know if we said that you might be dealing with an earth sign. You might be. It's showing up. There's like two people here. There's two parties. And I think there was like a waiting period, just kind of like giving some sort of a situation some space to breathe. It's really kind of showing up as like you're hoping that your insecurities aren't true. That's what I'm seeing is like there's a lot of confusion, like a lot of mental confusion, and you keep saying to yourself like, and stabilizing yourself within that moment and being like, the answers I need are coming. And you're really just hoping that like this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse who's like doesn't feel stable, you're just kind of hoping like, okay, if it's not meant for me, I'm like going to disengage from it. And just like really, yeah, it's that energy of like, if it's not meant for me, just like fuck off, which is cool. But I do feel like there's two figures here, like, and this King of Pentacles, I'm kind of getting the vibe that like they may have been playing up how much power they had in their relationship in some way. Let's go to this Empress in how they perceive you. I think that's going to say quite a bit. Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups in the reverse. So, you know, so here's the thing. This is how I'm seeing it. Is like sometimes when you're going through hell, people are just like seeing the good in it and not so much clocking the pain that comes with it. And that's kind of what's happening here. Because right now you're struggling with a little bit of self-belief. You're struggling with this. And the people around you are like, man, the emotions that this person, they're just going with the flow. It's really beautiful. And like, man, they have this gorgeous self-esteem with this Page of Pentacles and they're investing their energy where they should be. And the Six of Cups in the reverse, they're like, you know, there's like a return to innocence, but also like a loss of naivete. And it's just like, it's really interesting because there might be, again, with this miscommunication, it's just like, there's this fundamental, it's fucking annoying. It's very frustrating. And I can see a lot of what I'm seeing in your spread, Gemini. I'm like, I totally understand your responses to this situation. It's not like I think any of us would sort of like navigate it differently if we were in it. Yeah. I also am getting the sense that people are starting to notice that you're not giving them as much energy as you used to be. And that might be ruffling some feathers in a good way. So let's go to this High Priestess as your outcome and wrap your reading up. Okay. I've got Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Who is she? Okay. This is really great. There's there might have been some sort of thing that happened in the past that you prefer to keep to yourself just because it's like you're not going to understand it even if I tell you. And you're really, really releasing it here. This is kind of telling me that it has been such a challenge for you to carry it up into this point that you're starting to treat it like an allergic reaction. You're like, I know if I think about this situation, it's going to really trigger me. It's going to really piss me off. And then it's going to turn me into this spiral of emotions. So I'm just going to like know that when I think about it, that's the reaction. I'm just not going to think about it. That's kind of what I see happening. And you're very much keeping it to yourself, and it's happening deep inside of you, and it's healing a lot of this past situation by doing that. You're also showing up with like a lot of passion with this Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups. This could be someone else, but I kind of don't feel like it is you or them. I feel like this is really you just being like the passion and desire, like the head and the heart are really starting to get more on the same page because there's a part of you that's tired of your head abusing your heart by allowing yourself to be in these loops, basically. Very cool. So let's get you an oracle card to wrap up your reading, Gemini, and that'll be it. Ghost Dance. I like this card. I like this card for you a lot. So the Ghost Dance. United the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. Okay, so the ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you and receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. I really hope that this reading helps. I hope that it brings you some clarity. If you were to work with an affirmation this month, I would say just being grateful for those who've paved the path for you to live in the fullest expression that you do today. And keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be a good month. Okay, I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.